live. And there we go. We should be on the game screen. This is Six Cats Under, another cute little game that I found on itch, and I'm really looking forward to giving it a shot. I think the premise is that you are a grandma and you have died in a tragic accident, but your ghost is still around. So you're trying to free your cats so that they don't starve to death in your apartment, which, like, again, similarly to that Wholesome Cats game that I've played on stream before, like, it just seems like such a cute premise on the surface, and then the more you think about it, the more kind of macabre and a little spooky that it gets. So I'm looking forward to this one. It's a like point and click puzzle game, I think. Dead because of reading. Oh gosh, okay. Yep. Alright, let's do it. In my favorite horror stories, ghosts can communicate by influencing their environment. Ooh, okay. Are we gonna write in some sand? Do some pottery? Yeah, cat games, indeed. Welcome to... Hey, it's Ola. How are you doing? Okay, here we are, little ghosty. What can we do? We can float around. Oh, Frederick is a sleepy boy. Okay. Excellent. Congrats on affiliate. I know you made that recently. This fish is too heavy. Can we do anything with the fan? We can turn the fan. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Squeaky noise. Turn the stove on. Okay. Catnip. Oh, Mr. Spock. That's a good name for a cat. Okay. Ooh. SpongeBob on the TV. The squeaky noise, yeah. It is kind of... Everything else in this game is so... chill and soft, and then there's sudden onset squeak. Baroness. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna turn that off for now. You can turn the light on. Oh, we let the fly in. Hello. I hope we can set the sweet babies free and help them find a new home. Oop, there's a bathroom. Okay. Who are these guys? Yeah. That's like an entire tower of cat boxes. There are so many cats. This was an old cat lady, and now she is dead, and we have to help her free her cats. Rufus, who is soft, and Deborah, Oh no, Deborah, don't look in there for leftover treats. That's terrible. Okay. Yeah, we can't open doors. What about Jeffrey? Ooh, he's easily spooked, but he's the easiest to influence. Okay, can we... Oh, Payo. And Clancy. Can't do anything with the light. Yeah. Here, I'll go back over here. You can see the bookcase that fell on me and killed me, and now I am a little ghosty, but that's the top of my grandmotherly head and a little arm sticking out from underneath an entire pile of books. And like, to be honest, this is probably how I will die, just reaching for a book on the top shelf and the shelf overbalances and suddenly crushed to death by books. I love games like this where it's just that juxtaposition of like really cute art and sweet music, but also there's like bad things have happened. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, yay. Okay, we have influenced our first cat. Ooh. That's a chain reaction. Yeah, it's very much point and click, like 90s point and click games. Can we... Ghosts do not show up in mirrors. You're right. Can we... friend? Can you open that door? Started to play this once. I didn't get all the way through, but the first thing that I remember doing is opening this door, and I straight up don't remember how I did it. Yeah, good old SpongeBob. They are distinct enough that it's definitely not SpongeBob, the popular children's cartoon on, I think, Nickelodeon, right? Ooh, we got a catnip. Hey, nice. Ooh, we found a remote. Oh. Okay. Now we have a lion.
This cake is absolutely delicious.
Hey.
This cake is so tasty.
I think this cake is the most wonderful cake you've ever baked.
Yes, I think so too.
I like it. Okay, but again, I would like to... Ooh. What you gonna do up there, Fly? The cat was watching the baking show. I guess we can do that again.
This cake is absolutely delicious.
Yes, I like this cake. This cake is so tasty.
I think this cake is the most wonderful cake you've ever baked.
Yes, I think so too.
Oh, is this it? Yeah, there it is.
I should know, because I have baked cakes for 50 long years.
Nice. What about?
This cake is absolutely delicious.
Yes, I like
Oh, scared. Excellent. Alright. Here we go. Door opened. Cat distracted. Yarn spilled. Ooh, Mr. Spock tore up. Yeah, good times. Okay. Squeak warning. I'm gonna squeaky the toy. Squeaky. Oh, that's so cute. He loves the toy. Oh, okay, we're flooding. We're flooding. Yeah. Oh. Where did... Oh, we gotta start over. Okay. Flush the toilet to scare the kitty. Mess with the yarn. I'm gonna turn the water off again. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna squeak the mouse again. Oh no. I made an oopsie. Can I unclog that sink? Shoot. I don't know if I've played myself into a corner. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Oh gosh. I've gotten so used to doing art digitally that I Control Z on impulse now. And for Valentine's Day, I was making a card and I didn't center like a certain piece of text right, and I went to Control Z it and I was like, wait, no, I can't do that. And then my absolutely just like galaxy brain moment of trying to lasso tool the text, which also doesn't work for physical media. I don't know why I thought that if Control Z didn't work, that lasso tool would, but you know, that's how life is going now. Okay, let's change the channel and see. Squeaky. Sound warning again. Oh, he don't like it. Oh. No, that still doesn't work. Yeah, it's definitely a silly muscle memory thing. Okay. Let's go, kitty. Sorry, kitty. Oh, that's right. Okay. Cake. Now we can do that. And maybe we can... Alright, I'm gonna try and squeak the mouse. Oh, maybe I should turn the stove off before I send the cat up there. I know, this poor cat. Okay. Just reliving its worst moments over and over. So the lion is on, the stove is off, so the cat doesn't burn itself. The sink is still full. Hopefully it'll go because I think I want to try and knock this fish food into the fish bowl. So I'm going to squeak the mouse again. There we go. Okay, cool. What are these? Oh, that one's kind of frayed. Hey! Nice. Ooh. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere. He's a very sleepy boy. There is tasty food involved. I know. Poor goldfish. But maybe we can rescue the cats. I wonder. Okay, I'm gonna turn the fan on and see if that does any. Oh, yeah. There we go. Wake up, buddy. Oh, how convenient. Yay! Okay, the cats are free. They will not starve to death in my apartment without me to feed them. And I can go to my rest. Yeah! Goodbye, Ghosty. That was a cute game. Alright, so I think I will. That's a short game too. That's only, what, like 20 minutes? Okay. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna switch over to a blink away screen while I get the next game set up. We've got a couple options for the next game. There's a new game out by one of my well, I really like their little games. They're short little indie games with like really sweet pixel art sometimes. Sometimes it's also just like a nice cartoony line art style. But their most recent one is about kind of the Asian diaspora experience, and you are trying to make like a traditional Asian holiday dish, but the recipe is only in Chinese and you can't read it because, you know, you didn't grow up with that. And so it's like you're texting your mom to get help with the recipe. Yeah, right? So I think I'm gonna play that one next because I've played one of this developer's or a couple of this developer's other games before, and they've been very sweet. And I've personally also had that experience of like, hey mom, I want to make this traditional dish, but I have no idea where to start. Will you please walk me through it? So I'm gonna get that set up, and I will be well, I'll still be here, just the screen will be visually uninteresting for a few moments. I did try to animate this away screen though, so that people would have something to look at. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I did try to animate it so it wouldn't just be like a blank static screen. Um, Okay, so this is going to be interesting because let's see, capture a specific window. Yeah. The aspect ratio is kind of like a phone. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works out. Yeah, for real. It's just gonna be a I think 16:9, right, is the usual phone screen ratio, but it's very tall and narrow. So I think I can make it a little bigger on here. Yeah, that should do it. Alright, so you should be seeing the game now, and you know, it is a long friend. So we'll see how this goes. We're playing in English. Cool. There's language. Oh, turns the sound off. Interesting. Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, we have a new message. Who is Marina? Oh, okay. We've already taken the trash out. Good. We love you too, Marina. The sass. It's true, though. Yeah, roommate or partner is probably right. Probably partner, given some of the other games. Let's see. Should we see what Mom has to say? Oh. Okay. Ooh. Pretty. Yeah, so this is tong jyun, which is the name of the dish. And up here, like I said, I don't really read Chinese, but this is... I recognize that character, and it means home. I don't recognize the first character, though. Yeah, a bunch of stuff I can't read. This is so relatable. okay, something's gonna get sent and people are okay with it. That's what I got from there. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, autocorrect. Called it. Yeah, it is. It's like partial knowledge of, I can usually pick out maybe 1 in 5 uh, words, and it's never enough to give me like a full idea of what's happening, but just kind of, oh, they're talking about a house, or this person is addressing their uncle or something like that. And it's very disorienting to kind of not get that full context. And also, like, when I visited family in Taiwan, I look Asian, so people expect me to be able to do all of the things, right? But then I don't know what any of the signs say. I had this particularly humiliating experience where I went to like a salon near my grandparents' house the last time that I was visiting in Taiwan, and they handed me like an intake form to fill out, just standard client information like name, phone number, I don't know, some other things. And I legit had to call my mom over and be like, Mom, will you please fill out this form for me, as a grown-ass adult. And so, like, I'm trying to learn to read more Chinese, but there's so much. Ooh, Grandma made tong jyun. Nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and then stuff like this too, where you have kind of holes in your cultural knowledge of not knowing that certain things happen at certain times of the year, or when important festivals and holidays happen, and it all kind of comes filtered secondhand through your parents. Oh, Mama, thanks. Make sure to eat them. That's peak Asian mother. Yeah, so tang jyun they're like this people might be more familiar with like mochi. So it's like a glutinous rice dough wrapped around a filling. So the texture is very similar to mochi because it's made of basically the same thing. But usually with mochi, they're steamed. Yeah, right? So they're very good. It's like this rice dough wrapped around a filling, and they're boiled. And then usually you get them in like some kind of a sweetened broth. And they're very good. The fillings are things like black sesame paste or peanut paste. And yeah, they're so good. I think they're supposed to symbolize the moon, because they're big and round. And you also eat them for luck because round things are lucky in some way. Yeah, they're good. If you have an Asian, like a Chinese market near you, they sell them frozen. You can get just like packs of them, and they come in these cute little, it's almost like an egg carton, so that they don't freeze onto each other. And you can just throw them in boiling water, cook them up, add a little bit of sugar to like some of the water that you boil them in so that you have like, just a little bit of sweetened syrup in your bowl. You put the tang in the bowl. And yeah, they're very good. I think I still have some frozen ones in my fridge. I might have some after this. Yeah, give it a shot. It's very possible that they will have them. Okay, Mom's gonna try and find us a recipe. We've got a to-do list. Marina's awake. Great. Oh, that's a mood. I always wake up and stay in bed for way too long after I'm awake. Yeah, very relatable. You can tell that this game like just came out a week ago. Yeah. What language do you speak other than English or languages? Oh yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, German is one that I've always wanted to learn. Yeah. Yeah, Spanish is Spanish comes up a lot for me because I live in California, but it's definitely like the conjugations are very difficult. Just remembering all the different verb tenses and when to use them and how they work. That's rough. Oh yeah, that good old mom guilt coming out. Saturday school. I did Saturday school. It's they rent out like a, elementary or middle school campus for the day, and all the local Chinese kids get sent there to like learn to read and write Chinese. And then there's like other booster classes too for like study skills and math and whatever, but yeah, I did not keep up with Saturday school. Oh, German's the same way with tenses. Cool, I didn't know that. Yeah, ooh, you have a minor in German. That's really cool. Yeah. All right. Oh man. So far, Marina and whoever we're playing as are both very relatable. Just go back to sleep. What a mood. Yeah, it kind of plays into that stereotype of like being really obsessed with school and academics, because you know, you spend your entire Saturday, one, learning a language, which is very important and part of your culture, but then also like so much of Saturday school was just like sitting in supplemental math classes and being like, I'm not going to learn this in actual school for another 2 years, but I can do it now, I guess. Oh yeah, so here is a recipe for the tong jyun. Glutinous rice flour, which is the same thing that goes in mochi, and black sesame, sugar. Oh, I didn't know about the butter. That's going to be interesting. Oh, yep, here it is, mochi. Oh, for the filling, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, now it's like cooking mama's time. Black sesame, and the sugar, and the butter. That looks okay. Okay, I guess we hang up. Yeah, cooking mama time. Put the sesame into the fridge. Yep. Yeah. Trying to get like cooking instructions from my mom is very like, feel it with your heart. You'll know when it's right. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I love this game. Okay. Mix the dough. All right. Dough looks good. Oh, yeah. 4 is a super unlucky number because it sounds almost the same as the word for death in Chinese. I'm not sure about 7. I didn't realize that one. 8 is a good number. 9 is a good number. I want to see what these other buttons do. Ooh. It's a little mini headspace. I love it. Cooking music. Upbeat cooking music. I like that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's good to know. It does sound like to deceive. I didn't know about the ghost month. Interesting. I like this song. Yeah. cool. Awesome. Let's go message our mom. Yep, we're done. Are we gonna send you pictures? Okay. I love this. That's not the right way to do it, so we don't do it that way. Alright, put the paste. Yay! Oh, okay. Yay, we're doing it. I think I don't know, honestly. I know my parents aren't very supportive. And definitely, like, some of my friends also have not very supportive parents. But I also know plenty of Asian people who are, like, out to their parents and they seem to have a perfectly fine relationship. And, you know, like, Taiwan legalized same-sex marriage a few years ago, I want to say. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like traditional culture stuff leans towards being kind of disapproving, but definitely, like, being over here, yeah, the younger generations are more accepting, and we're starting to move, I think, in the right direction. So yeah, mixed bag for sure. And also, you know, I'm not sure how much of it is like actual traditional Chinese culture and how much of it is Christianified Chinese culture. Because I know, like, a lot of the Chinese parents who I know who have been not supportive have also been, you know, were also raised very Christian, and, you know, so I'm not sure which side that's coming from, I guess. Yeah. For real. I know some very lovely Christian people, I have to say, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, Yuan 小姐. Oh, yay. Gotta make some lantern decorations. Oh, that's so cute. I love it. Yeah, it's the sweetest. I love. Okay. Alright. Gonna cook until they float. Yep. Floaty friend. Gotta scoop them out. Hey, Alika's here. How's it going? We are playing Tangyuan, which is like this little indie game that came out very recently about the kind of Asian diaspora experience of being adjacent to your culture and having approximate knowledge of many cultural things, but not having full knowledge. So our mom sent us a recipe that was fully in Chinese, and she has been walking us through making making the recipe because we don't read Chinese, which is absolutely true for me, and I've done this many times. So I'm about to hang up on a video call with mom, having just finished the cooking portion. So I think it might be time to eat. Oh, nope. Gotta make the, syrup for it. What'd you have for dinner? Oh, it's happened. I love this so much. Oh, that sounds so good. Slow cooker chicken and potatoes and veggies. Yum. Oh yeah, this is another relatable. How do I say things gracefully in Chinese? A lot of times I feel super awkward saying things in Chinese because I worry that I'm not saying it like politely enough. Or, things come out very blunt and kind of sometimes with not the most sophisticated vocabulary. Ooh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about like cooking for yourself, is that you end up with a lot of leftovers, especially when you do a big old spread like you did for our Lord of the Rings watch party. Yeah, okay, so I can read most of this. This says, my girlfriend Marina. I think it's, I'm eating tangyuan with my girlfriend Marina, and I love this energy. Oh, yay. Okay. like that soup. I keep forgetting that that turns... Who else? Oh, okay. We are Polly Chan. I should have clicked that at the beginning. So now we know that we're Polly. And tired, yeah. This is such a current game. Tired of video calls. On the to-do list. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes I get the translation on the first try. Yeah, so tired of video calls, and then on the to-do list, it's order more masks. Just very, very current. Okay, let's see. Marina. Yay. Ginger. I'm gonna have to try putting ginger in mine, because I usually don't, but that sounds very good. Yeah, Polly does look tired of video calls. Yay! That's also relatable. Yeah. Use the nice bowls and clean the table, and oh, this game makes my heart so happy. And yeah, absolutely, the new Cooking Mama app. I don't know if you saw the first few steps of making the dish, but it was definitely like Cooking Mama vibes. Yay! We take a picture. Yeah. We gonna do it? Come on, Marina. Yeah. Oh, this is cute. Am I gonna smile, Polly? Polly, can you got smile, lady? Okay, we did smile. That's good. Polly is tired. Alright, let's send it. Thanks for wishing us luck, Marina. Yay. Share with group chat. To something women. Yay. Yeah. Polly is ready for a nap. The support. Yay. Oh. Thanks, Uncle, and thank you for translating, Mom. Sometimes my mom texts me in Chinese because she'll use words that she remembers having taught me, but sometimes I have forgotten what those words are. So I have to copy paste the text into Google Translate because Google Translate will give you the phonetic pronunciation of the characters, and if I have that, I can understand it, but I can't get from character to phonetics, and it's frustrating sometimes. But I love that my mom continues to try to get me to, learn the language and all that. Yeah, thanks, Mama. That's also true. Gonna cry. Yeah, absolutely. Learning, leaving home and being like, wait, this stuff isn't being taken care of for me anymore. I gotta do it now. Um, and also just like all of the good Chinese food that my mom would make, and then leaving home and being like, wait, where do I get that now? Yeah. um, I've said it so many times, but this game is making me so happy and I love it very much. Oh, yeah. That that's such a good idea. Definitely learn as much as you can. Um, I'm glad you have that opportunity, and especially like being able to do it in person instead of over a series of video calls. Um, that's so great. Oh, yay, kissy time. The end. We have reached the end. Ooh, yeah. Um, okay, so funny story about Toad in the Hole. Um, Hey Murata and I spent kind of a lot of time trying to figure out what it was and like find a good recipe for it recently. Um, because uh, we played a game of Super Spooky Cruise Ship, which is a tabletop RPG, and my character was a very proper, I guess, slightly British ghost. And I was trying to think of like the most British or English dish um, that I could, and the first one that came to mind was Toad in the Hole. Uh, and then yeah, it all spiraled from there. So I think I found a good recipe. It looks kind of like you put sausages in what's almost like a crepe batter, and bake them until it's all puffy. But yeah, if you have a preferred way of making it, I would love to hear it because, yeah, sometimes internet recipes are wrong. Oh, cool. Great. Okay, so I'm going to switch back to my away screen and queue up, let's see, at 6:30. That was such a cute game. I'm so glad that I played it. Um, let's see. What else have we got? Ooh, cool. Yeah, I think the sausage or the recipe I saw called for chipolatas, which is not a sausage that I'm really familiar with. Um, yeah, it'll be interesting. We've I'm gonna have to try and find some out here, um, or see if there's something that I can sub in for, because it sounds very, very good. Ooh, okay. That's good to know too. I will look for them online. Let's see. So, up next, I had started playing a game called Wholesome Cats, which is just another kind of like turn, point and clicky, turn based fighting, quote unquote, fighting system game with cats. And there's a very strange backstory to it that I am desperate to uncover. But the combat gets a little repetitive, so I don't know if I want to keep playing that on stream. So we can do that, or I also did get a Steam key for a cat based dating sim called Purrfect Date. Of course, spelled Purrfect, which I know nothing about except that the name is fantastic and the art on the cover banner looks pretty great. So if I don't know if y'all have a preference, but I think yeah, okay, dating sim it is. Let me get that queued up. All right, so oh, I love yeah, this art is just immediately so charming and so quirky. Um, yes, good. I like strong opinions. I am eternally indecisive, and it definitely helps me to have, somebody who knows what they want uh, hanging out in here. Let's get this cat Tinder. That's great. Change the capture window. You gonna do it? Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we are. Perfect date. Tinper. Oh, that's perfect. I like it. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know, like I said, really anything about this game or how spicy it gets. Hopefully, because it's cats, not terribly spicy, but I guess we'll find out. Do we want... Great. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Let's go. New game. Oh. Oh my god, I love the little cats in the wallpaper design. That's perfect and adorable. I guess I'm an angel. I will accept. Also, Disco Cat. The loading screen is a disco cat and it's perfect. Joe is also not a cat. Ooh, we're part of the Cat Island research team. Oh. Why is it infamous? Popper. It's a murder cat island. Yeah. Okay. Professor Popper, Science Genius. That's a heck of a title. We won't be back for days. Okay. I am ready. Let's go. What? I am confusion. Oh no! How rude. That's very rude, Joe. Or no, Zane. I'm sorry, Joe was the nice young man. Yes. Disco Cat's back. Yes, we eliminate him first. Oh, man, what a dick. This island is very pretty, though. Yes, or just dump it into the sea. I'm not sure which one would be more effective. Oh man, the ominous vibes are just overwhelming. She's so unhappy in that picture, oh my god. Hello? Okay, about to meet Professor Popper, science genius. Excellent. I do like whiskey, but I have just met this man, so no. Yeah, his tent is just scientist vibes. Or like distractible professor vibes. Oh, then why offer it? Get you kitted out. Like a kitty. So that's what, like 5 humans and me? It's Popper, security guy, grumpy lady, and the 2 fairy people. Tidy little family, not by the looks of your tent, buddy. No shade, because, you know, it's hard to keep things organized. Oh, yeah, that's also a very valid question. Why does he know what cat piddle tastes like? Gosh. Water bottle, backpack, disinfectant. We're gonna tag cats. Okay. Awesome. I don't think scientists wear lab coats when doing field work. I'm just gonna put that out there. Pretty sure lab coats and field work are not a thing. It is an aesthetic though, so I can't hate. Oh, we get our very own Pokédex for cats. Oh, and of course it's called a catalog. Okay, I'm on board with this again. Yeah, that's true. It might also depend on the scientist in the field. Yeah, how will anyone know that you're a scientist if you are not wearing a lab coat? It's just simple, straightforward facts. Okay. Good. Okay, we're gonna protect the catalog. That makes it sound like people are gonna be trying to take it from us. I have questions. Ooh, a tie-dye lab coat. That's so cool. Yeah, I wonder why more scientists don't like decorate their lab coats. They're just an entire white canvas for you to express yourself on. I mean, I guess they're meant as like protection, and if you splash acid or whatever bad thing on it, you gotta, you know, you might not want to be exposing your art to harsh chemicals and weird bacteria and stuff like that. But yeah, decorating your lab coat that's really cool. The lack of wildlife because the cats have caught and eaten everything. Oh. Okay, that's not what I thought. But how did we get here? Ooh. No, I'm not familiar with that. Neon green lab coat and crazy hair. That sounds excellent. The danger zone. Oh, cool. I'm gonna have to look for it. I love kids' educational science shows. Yeah, we'll have to look for that. Catlantis, that's a good one. Very possible. It has a force field and a danger zone end where bad things happen to humans. Just so many questions. Okay. No. Oh my god, that face. It's so orange and it's so grumpy. Yep, good. A CAT scan. Yeah, I don't think this cat has a neck. It's head straight into a big body. His name is Floofy Butt. Also, this avatar image of him is just next level. Look at that face. Oh my goodness. So disaffected, so floofy. Yeah, the red eyes do make it a little threatening. It has a threatening aura, but 10 out of 10 I would still pet. It's just so fluffy. I wouldn't be able to control myself. Very good. Oh, look at its boopy little face here. Yes, it absolutely an oh lord he's coming cat. That's 100%. This game is gonna end in us, like, finding out that all these cats used to be humans, isn't it? Oh. Trixie. Trixie has one eye open and one eye shut. She's doing a wink and a blep. Very good. Snooty Booty! Oh, these names are going to kill me. These names are absolutely going to kill me. Wow. Yep. Good. McMurphy. Oh, this was a handsome boy. With kind eyes. Skulking. Okay. Oh. Oh my god. This face. Who does this cat remind me of? I can't look away from this face. Oh, and the little avatar face is very good also. Yeah, kibbles. Okay. Good. Cat in a pool. That's cute too. Time. I kind of dig this smiley face t-shirt on the bed there. Oh, it's beginning. What's beginning? It's the catalog. Oh no. Oh no. This is how murders happen. Ooh, I love these like cat statues carved into the landscape though. That's some like peak spooky vibes there. Real into it. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's a good shirt, right? We have taken the highway to the danger zone. And... oh. They're very angry. Trixie. Oh, don't fight it. Oh, the cats talk now. Great. Has murdered before Wilfred Brimley is talking to me. Oh. Are we alive? That's a very good question. Entirely possible that I am defective. I'm a cat now. Just gonna call it. Oh, I have pockets. Maybe I'm not a cat. Murphy is Italian? Yeah, it does look like a police lineup. Point to the one that took your expensive science equipment. McMurphy has a very Irish name, but also Italian. Oh, it is Irish. Okay. Maybe it's both. Because we got the sickness. Oh man, this disparity between Kibble's like dopey little avatar face and whatever his face is doing up there with the green eyes and the crooked smile is just... I am taking so much psychic damage. Okay, so we're gonna help the cats who have definitely not murdered anyone ever before. There it is. Gonna be catified. Thanks, Kibbles. Real helpful. Gotta start a fight. An elder cat. This. Okay. Yep. I've been vampire werecatted. Excellent. Okay. Many questions. Many questions. That's, yeah, eloquent. Very coherent. Although, I don't think I would do any better if I found out that I was vampire werecat transform. Okay. Oh boy. This is a lot of backstory. It's major floofy butt. Excellent. Okay. Oh boy. They've done this before. Of course they've done this before. Thank you. Time passes, then you transform into a cat, clear as mud. But no antidote. Okay. Again, this is a hell of a lot of backstory for what's ostensibly a dating sim. Okay, we're gonna get some science notes to help us. I don't know if we have a choice, really. Help the kitties. Okay, thank you so much for hanging out, Ola. This was fun, and I will see you around the internet. Have a good rest of your evening. Okay. Great. Oh, that was so wild. A mysterious message. Okay. Spooky. Getting guilt tripped on my first day at work. Alright, I guess we're gonna get started. Okay. Research, fieldwork. Explore the island. Meet the cats. Self-care. Well, we got lab notes. very long prologue, and I think boy, I think I'm ready to save and quit for the day. Oh, yeah, we got lag issues. Okay. Yeah, cool. So I'll see you in a minute. I think I'm gonna do... Gosh, I hope this next chapter isn't this long. Gonna do some research and then call it for the night. Okay. Yeah, let's organize some samples. Oh no, the cats are going to interfere with the research. Okay. Oh, she's a smart kitty. Ooh, it has properties. That's such a cat attitude. You didn't do it? Why? Because I had better things to do. That's some good energy to just carry. Okay, we did a research, and let's see what the main menu looks like now. Okay, what now? Maybe some more... Yeah, let's go check out the island. interview some staff. Ooh, yeah, I want to see who the mystery messenger was. Who could it be now? Oh, okay. Yep, we're gonna take our chances and go see what it is. Might be an axe murderer. Who knows? Oh no. Oh no. It's gonna, okay. So spooky. Caught. Oh. That's a dichotomy. There's danger. I am the one with the thumbs. That's right. Ooh, interesting. Show us the pictures. No? Okay. They know my name. All right. Let's do a rest. Oh. Yay, okay. It